Mr. Lachie Gill, round two, mate.
Round two.
Very, very glad to have you here.
Pumped.
You asked me before what day it was, and I lied. I actually knew what day it was. It was the 31st of August, 2024, so it's almost a year.
Wow. So almost a year.
Almost a year.
God, that's wild,
I
isn't
think
it?
it was Saturday morning on the 31st of August.
God, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened since then, hey?
Well, that's where I want to start it. What's been the biggest learning or realization you've had since that day?
I reckon the biggest thing would be that there's things that I can control and I've got to focus on those things. I can't worry about the other things that are outside of my control that, I can get frustrated with all I want, but there's things that I can be doing right now that doesn't take anyone else. So that's probably been the biggest.
How did you come to that realization?
Yeah, well, I was in a weird place. I was sort of getting frustrated with how long things were taking and my music, wasn't coming out, and you can kind of put the blame and point the finger at whoever you want. But for me to keep this career going and to, keep people engaged and for myself to be excited about what I'm doing, there's things I can be doing right now that doesn't involve my label, that doesn't involve anyone else. I can be posting videos, I can be getting out there and engaging with fans, and it's just trying to find that love without, like, the love for the music without having to have these structured releasing songs and putting these things out, because they do take time. So when I'm not doing it, I can get a little bit flat, but I think recently I've just gone, no, I can still be doing things without having to, just sit there and get sad that these songs aren't coming out.
What does a flat Lachie look like?
Not good. It's not a person that I'd want to hang out with. I think I sort of pride myself on being that energetic, bubbly person. So I think when I'm down and things, I'm overthinking things and getting in my own head about stuff, I'm not that nice of a person to be around. I think I'm just flat and don't have that energy that I love to bring to most places that I go.
You look at the journey you've had since winning The Voice compared to where you are now. Was it, or is it, looking back on what you thought about where you'd be potentially right now, are you at that position?
Nah.
Really? What did you think?
Nah.
Okay, did you have any forward goals or whatever you were working towards for a certain age? Or
Yeah, I just... It's funny because when I was in it, I thought I was quite a realistic person and thought I knew what to expect, and I never thought it was going to be easy. I knew it was going to be challenging, and there was a conversation I had with Guy Sebastian actually, and he was sort of the first coach on the show to just look at me and tell me the truth, because I feel like a lot of the times those coaches can just pump you up. They call you a star and they say, you're going to be a superstar and whatever. They like to throw that around. But Guy was the first one that just said, this is going to be tough. Like, you have to work every day if you want this to be, your career, and get in writing rooms and write with every person you can, write 1,000 songs. He just told me how it was. And so I thought I knew coming into it. I was like, I know this is going to be hard, but it's been a lot harder than what I'd expected it to be. And, I definitely thought I would be further along the line of progression in terms of career and size of fan base and being able to tour, most places. Whereas I think the reality of it is I've still got a lot of work to do, and still got a lot that I want to achieve that I'm not anywhere near, where I want to be yet.
I think you said something. Sorry, you go.
Yeah, I love it. I've sort of embraced that and just gone, like, that's the beauty of it. Like, this is going to be so hard, but when I get there, it's going to be great. And even if, I've got to enjoy this this process of building a career and trying to make it work.
I think you said something, about the self-belief. And it makes me, or it begs me, or makes me wonder, like, as I look at things these days and I'm like, if someone says it's going to be hard, I'm like, oh, well, I'm different. I'll figure it out. I'll do it. It won't be as hard for me, you know? And I've got that sort of naive self-belief. And then sort of when you're in the thick of it, you're like, far out. So like, it's almost like an excitement thing. Like at the time, you're like, wow, I'm going to do this no matter what. Mm-hmm. And then you're super excited and you've got that self-belief. And then a few months later, you're like, holy fuck, like that's different.
Yeah.
But then I assume as it's been extended and the longer it's gone, that initial self-belief, I don't know if it sounds like it's still there, but that initial feeling that you had was perhaps different to the mindset or the frame of mind you have now.
Yeah, they are different. I think I had that naivety as well. And I think it's a great thing to have because, you know, you wouldn't do it otherwise. You'd look at it and go, oh, that's going to be way too hard for me. Like, I'm not putting myself through that. But I think you go into it just going, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to definitely achieve it because, you know, it's what I love. And I think that's what gets you into it. And then you got to work hard. And then you start to enjoy the hard work. Don't get me wrong, there's still things that I get challenged with every day. And, you know, me and you earlier, like you were talking about just that, I guess you're doing a lot of it on your own. It can be a lonely game sometimes. And, you know, I see the work you're putting into this and it's the same as me. There's just so many moments where you're just on your own doing it. But I think there's also parts of it where you get these little rewards or you enjoy this certain aspect and it just makes you keep going.
I think you said in that video, you feel lonely despite all the support you have.
Yeah, I think being a solo artist, you know, it's not in a band or anything like that. A lot of the work that I do is on my own. You know, I don't have a partner. Just kind of, cruising on my own. And a lot of the times I enjoy my own company and, you know, I love being an artist, but there's times in the studio where, you know, you can't help but go far out. I wish there was someone else that could be enjoying this with me and doing this with me, but you just got to put your head down and do it. I think like you hear of all the people that have had the biggest success in life and got to the highest point of their mountain, their career. They would have been so lonely at points of their life, but they know that they've got to do that to get to where they want to go.
They just never gave up, eh?
They just never gave up. Yeah, I think for me, I'm lonely for this percentage of time, but then there's these moments that I get in my career that just make me feel that joy that just go, yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, I assume those come from like shows and stuff that you do.
100%.
Yeah, because I always wonder, it's like I get a few messages sometime and you do take a step back and you're like, wow, like I am having an impact. But it's so hard with social media. I mean, when your self-worth in a way is tied down to views and people even just liking it, not actually understanding the impact that it has. You know, I can like a video and I'm like, wow, that has a big impact on me, but I can't really tell that person.
Yeah.
And then you get a message out of the blue and it's like, wow, like I really am doing something. And then that's when I've been saying a lot of messages or sending a lot of messages to people recently about the fact that, like, thank you for sending that. Like, that makes it worthwhile for me, you know? And it sort of just brings you back to reality and you're like, that's why I'm doing it, you know? And if I can continue to do it like that and just never stop, imagine where I'll be in a few years, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And the video you're sort of referencing about when I said that was listening to my song for the first time Give Me a Little was played on the radio for the first time, and I've heard my songs on the radio a bunch of times, but that just felt different.
Why?
I think because it had been such a tough year and a half, you know, since I'd released a song. There'd been so many things happening. Like last time I'd spoke about my anxiety and going through all that. And then obviously, you know, these moments when I did feel alone, not that I was ever going to quit, but you just backs up against the wall and you just go, this is just
What
so
was it?
hard.
Was it just like I'm doing so many things, I'm trying so hard and none of it's clicking, or that sort of
Yeah,
feeling?
it was a bit of that. And then I just think when I'm not releasing music, it's just hard to find, a reason to keep pushing. It's like making the content, you know, even that, it's a lot more draining when I don't have something to promote.
And I'm assuming that's because of the identity around being a musician. Like if you're not putting out music, it's like, well, why are these people following me? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
So I think, putting that song out and then just being so nervous about what the response is going to be after a year and a half, it was sort of, I was terrified. So to hear that song on the radio, I just had a moment of reflection of going like, wow, this last year and a half has been bloody tough, and I've had my moments, and you know, I'm listening to my song on national radio. It's like, this is cool. Like
We might as
it
well
just
watch
felt
it.
like I'm sort of
Sleeping alone feels strange. Got everything
Sounds better on radio.
Maybe I just need a little bit.
Wow. That was so cool. Thank you, Maddie, so much. My songs have been on radio before, but something about this one that just feels different. I just feel like I've worked so hard over the last year and a half, and it's been so tough. I really wanted this one to do well. It's just nice to see the response of it. A lot of the times it feels like you're doing this by yourself without help. You know, I've got an amazing family, amazing friends, and a team behind me, but it's just, sometimes you can't help but feel like you're just running up a hill and you can't get to where you want to go. So thank you so much for believing in me and supporting my crazy dream, and hopefully that's not the last time you hear the song on the radio.
we did it.
What was I think I messaged you after that. I was like, dude, like special. I forgot what I exactly said, but where do you think the emotion stemmed from there? I think it's pretty obvious, but I want to hear it from you.
Yeah, I think it's just the working so hard and pushing through these challenges and, you know, these tough times, and then you have a moment where you can actually celebrate all that work that you've done, even if it is just a small thing. You know, for some people, hearing their song on the radio is massive, and in that moment it was. But yeah, like I'd said, I'd heard my song on the radio before, so I didn't think it was gonna get to me like it did. But I think you just put so much effort and time into making this music, and from, you know, the start of the process to the end of the process, it's almost a year of effort that you pour into this stuff. So
I think that's probably, I could see where the emotion stems from. I said something the other day about a video that I was doing. I'm like, this is a 45-second video, but it's taken me nothing compared to yours. But it's like, if people saw what actually went into it.
yeah.
And then, like, I do that sometimes, and it's like, video doesn't go as well as I had hoped. So to see one go well, you're like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah, and that's it. I think releasing music is so unpredictable, and you just, you know, you can have the biggest hopes and dreams in the world for a song and think it's the best thing ever. And I don't think anyone releases a song thinking that it's not good, you know. So everyone's thinking the same thing. And for me, every song I release, I go, this could be the one that does it for me. So yeah, you put a lot of time and effort, but a lot of energy into these, and I guess your expectations are at a certain point for them. So to get some acknowledgement and recognition for it, yeah, it just hit me in that moment.
You mentioned the challenging period. What was it? An accumulation of challenges, or perhaps a feeling throughout that time that you had, or is there a specific memory or a low point that you can draw back to?
Yeah, I think the panic attacks were the kind of peak of it all. I think it had all built up from stress and too much pressure on myself and these expectations to be at a certain point. And then, you know, the stress of not releasing music and wanting to be back touring and performing these new songs, but it wasn't there yet, and we weren't even close. So I think that built into these anxious moments and panic attacks. So I think that was the point where it was like, okay, this is not great. I'm not doing so well. So yeah, just spent a lot of time and started seeing a therapist and working on things outside of my music and health-wise, and you know, learning how to sleep better, like get a better sleep routine, and not go out drinking and partying, and looking after myself a lot more so that I can put more time and focus into my music. So yeah, that was definitely the worst of it. And since then, you know, working on myself and going to the gym and doing all those lifestyle things have been massive for me. And then not to mention coming into releasing new music and putting a plan together with my new management, which have been a massive help to all this, has just sort of changed me quite a lot. Yeah.
I had a question on the tip of my tongue there, and it slipped me. What do you think has been the biggest realization or learning you've had about yourself throughout that time frame?
I mean, I think I always knew it, but it sort of proved to me right again that, you know, it doesn't sort of matter what gets thrown at me. I can get through it. And again, I think I knew it before, but I've got such good people around me that I can lean on whenever I need them. And that's such a powerful thing for me to know and to have that, because, you know, not everyone does have that. So I'm pretty lucky and grateful to know that I've got amazing family around me that I can turn to. An older sister that's a psychologist that always has great advice for me, and then friends that are always willing to chat to me and help me through things. So I think, yeah, that's been the biggest thing. I know I can get through these things. Whatever sort of gets put in my way, regardless of, you know, if it takes a few days, weeks, months to get through it, I will get through it.
What were some of the traits that you were portraying at the lowest, let's just say? And I say traits or behaviours, like, was it an accumulation? Because I find myself now, I'm like sort of, I wouldn't say stressing, but I am tracking things like pretty meticulously. Not in like a crazy way, like this needs to go well, but it's like, maybe I'll just like separate myself from how it goes and just like focus on doing the best that I can.
Yeah.
As opposed to like being a militant on every single view and every single watch hour. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's...
Yeah, it's hard. It's trying to work out why you're actually doing these things.
Yeah.
Is it to get the biggest number and the biggest amount of views, or are you trying to, you know, impact people in the right ways?
Yeah.
And I think if you think of it like that, you can find those examples every single day. You know, there's one comment, you know, put a video up, one comment that someone says, this is amazing. You can look at that and go, I did my job on that video because that one person like found it entertaining and enjoyed it. And so much so that they commented on it saying something nice. But if you start to look at the bigger picture and go, oh, that video didn't have many views or that didn't do very well, you're just going to get stuck in that.
Did
cycle
you
of
question? Did you have any questions as to whether you could keep going?
Yeah, 100%.
Did you want to stop?
Yeah, it's not that I wanted to stop.
You were just
It just felt like there was a period of like, oh God, like, yeah.
What do you think it was? Was it I just can't do this anymore?
It was just, I think, an overwhelming sort of sensation of a mix of things of, oh my God, how much work have I already put into this and I haven't got what I wanted and haven't got the success that I was hoping I'd get. And then comparison comes into it, and you can look on the internet for a minute and realize how many people are chasing the same dream as you and putting in the work and getting these cool things happen in their career and getting these opportunities, and you go, oh, I haven't got any of that. Like, and I'm up against so many people. The competition is crazy. So then you start comparing yourself and going, I don't know if I can do that. Yeah, so it's a lot of self-doubt, I think, that creeps in. And yeah, there was definitely times where I'm like, like, I don't, what do I do? And then you think financially and you go, how is this going to be financially like viable to be able to do this? You put all your time and your days into music, and sometimes you don't get any sort of financial payback for a while. But, you know, the more I think about it, the more I just go, it's an investment. Like, people do it all the time with businesses. You know, they buy a business, they don't know if they're going to make money. They might not make money for years, and it's all about investing into it, and eventually it will pay back.
You mentioned before, I haven't got what I want. Have you thought about what you want actually is?
Yeah, I think it changes. It changes all the time. And, you know, I toss up on how big I should make my dreams with my music.
Why's that?
I've just heard a lot of stuff about, you know, people saying you should make big dreams. You know, if you make big dreams, you'll get your big dreams. But I'm very much a realist, and like I like to be quite practical about the things that I set out to do. And for me, it's as simple as making a living off purely doing music, being able to travel and tour and play shows in all over Australia and outside of Australia, and just be able to do that full time, not have to, you know, worry about where's the money going to come from, do I need to do another job, just being able to call music my number one and only career that I do. That's sort of my main dream, and it, you know, it's not a huge dream, but to me that's where I go, yep, I've sort of done it, and anything beyond that is even crazier.
I've found myself in the pursuit that I'm on comparing myself to people my age and people that are getting success on the internet. I mean, it's just a constant, not comparing, it's like, yeah, what you said before about like, oh, they're putting themselves out there. But I have that underlying belief that it's coming for me as well. But when you look at people your age, and I'm assuming you've got friends that are sort of settling down now, you know, does it make you wonder as to like, far out am I just sort of wasting the best part of my life?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely thought about it before.
It's tough. It's a tough one. Right?
Yeah, a lot of my friends are getting married, having kids, buying houses, and I'm none of that. And I think because I have for a while now been doing this career while a lot of my friends are doing the more sort of, I guess you'd call it the normal route of life, and, you know, getting stable jobs and partners and moving in together. And I think it's just been, I've gotten used to it. And I can look at my life and go, no, I'm doing something pretty cool. It's not normal, and it's not something that everyone wants to go through or is willing to do. Because I think you have to be a bit crazy to try and do a career like this. But I don't see it as I'm missing out. I don't see it as I'm falling behind. I'm just doing a different journey to what a lot of other people are doing.
Have you always put pressure on yourself?
Yeah. I think I've always thought pressure was a good thing at a certain level. Not too much, but a decent amount of pressure I like, because it makes me want to get shit done. But in terms of the whole pressure of life, I think, yeah, it hits me every now and then, but I push it away pretty quick, because I know that there's not one way that you can do life. There's not the right way to do it or the normal way to do it. You know, it depends on the person. And in my head, I know that I'm going to put years and years and years into this music, and as long as I'm enjoying it and I'm passionate about it, I'm not going to get to the end of the road with this and go, oh, why did I keep going with that?
When you say pressure of life, is that what I spoke about before? Just like comparing yourself to people?
Yeah, just people buying houses, you know, friends having kids and getting married, and here I am, single, not going to buy a house for a long time, unless a song goes number one.
And even then, it's like,
Even then,
houses are expensive.
Yeah. You know, it's, I feel like I'm past the point of worrying too much about that. Yeah.
So I turned 30 in 2 days, so I sort of feel, and I don't know what it is, but like time, you sort of realise that time is, I don't know. Like I spoke to my barber is 16, cuts his hair out of a garage. And I remember being his age, and I was like, I'm never going to get to 30. I'm sure you were the same. And I said it to him yesterday, and he was like, that's crazy, dude. And I was like, it's not crazy, man. It's just life. But you don't.
Yeah.
You're in that time frame, and you're like, wow. Like, I'm never going to get to that age. It's so far away. And then when it happens, you're like, and I think it's a sort of that pressure or whatever, that thought is enhanced when you're striving for something and you're not where you want to be yet. And you're at that age, and you're like every single day sort of getting closer. You know, I don't want to be doing this level of work maybe I will be, but I don't really care. I'm pretty much you're got the view that I'll do it for as long as I need to. But do I want to be working till 12 a.m. 7 days a week every night? Probably not. But that's just part of the journey that I'm on now. But then at the same time, like I think 4 of my closest mates are all, by the end of the year, they'll all have kids.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think because our parents and their parents just had completely different lives to what we're having now. The world's a different place, I think now. 30 is, I don't think, old at all. You know, you're still so young, and I think that is still a great time to be pursuing your dreams. And I don't know. I think for me, a lot of the times I think of that moment when I do start getting that success and getting that little bit of recognition, and things start happening for me. It's like, how special is that going to be? Looking back and going, how hard did I work for this?
I think
all those times.
I think when you go through hard times, I wrote about a post about it. It's like you build an underlying level of confidence, I guess, in yourself. And that when, like, I don't really look at hard times anymore, and I'm not worried by hard times. Because I know that every hard time I've got through in the past, it's like, well, I've got through that.
Yeah, and you know that you also learn the most from those experiences. tough times, the shit things that go on in your life. Some of the worst experiences I've gone through in life have taught me the most and changed me for the better. So, yeah, as much as in the moment it's hard to think about it like that, I do have that perspective on a lot of the tough things I go through. I know that once I get through this, I'm gonna learn a lot and be a better person for it.
When you say worst moments, would that time frame of your life, the panic attacks and all that sort of stuff, that'd have to be?
Yeah.
Was that an accumulation?
Yeah, that's up there.
What do you think that was an accumulation of, and how did you eventually? I think you sort of touched on it before.
Yeah.
Are there any other things going on that sort of made it worse at the time?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't looking after myself. I wasn't getting the right amount of sleep. There was periods of like going out late and partying and drinking and doing the wrong thing, which all like led into the fact of, yeah, you're going to wake up and you're going to be a little bit anxious.
Is that an escape? Just trying to forget about what's going on?
Yeah, I think a little bit of it was that. And yeah, I think when I'm not super focused and motivated, I can tend to get distracted and pulled away from that and start doing things that I'm like, this is not me. But again, I went through those situations and the panic attacks, and it kicked me into gear pretty quickly to go, you need to do something about this, make a change, and, do the right thing with your lifestyle, start getting into routine and sleep more and eat better and all these things. And, now it's like I'm the healthiest I've probably been because of going through those experiences. And there's a number of other experiences in my life that I've had where, yeah, it's been terrible at the time, but I've learnt so much from it.
Out of this, I think it took 626 days, I think, between a song being published.
Yeah.
Out of all of that, aside from the panic attacks, what do you think the most or the hardest part about that whole period was?
Probably not playing shows. I didn't feel like I could put on a show because I hadn't put out new music. So I didn't think people wanted to come and watch a show to see the same music. So therefore I was kind of putting off doing shows and playing music, and that's one of the sole reasons why I got into this and I do this in the first place, is to perform live for people. And I wasn't doing that. So yeah, kind of sit around the house and go, well, what the hell am I doing? Like, this sucks. So when I'm not putting out music, it's like, why would people want to come watch me? And that's the sort of headspace I was in at that point, and the things I was saying to myself. So I wasn't performing live. So now that I'm starting to put out music again, I almost feel like, people are going to want to watch me again. And it's not true. Like, people would have came and listened to the same songs, but it's just sort of how I feel. And I want that excitement to be there when people come and watch me play. I want them to go, oh, we haven't heard him sing that new song live. That's going to be awesome.
When you sit around the house, I mean, that thought alone just gets me a bit, I can feel it. Like, sitting around the house, I don't want to be rude, but like sitting at, like what you said before about like living with your parents and stuff. Like, I'm assuming not many of your mates live with your parents.
No.
So you're sitting around at your parents' house, you're like,
what am I doing? Yeah, what is this? Like, yeah, there's not much drive there, and you sort of can just get down in the dumps so quickly about where you're at. But I guess that's what I was saying, when there's things I can control, and the things I can control is, I can be working on my music. I don't need to have music coming out to be able to sit down at the piano and start practicing how to play piano, or touching up my guitar and
It's not your guitar, mate.
well, yeah, your guitar that I'm borrowing.
Joking.
Yeah.
Joking, sorry.
What a beautiful guitar it is.
It's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was talking to my mum yesterday. She goes, I hope you get that back one day. And I'm like, I don't. It's so good seeing him use it because just wouldn't be using it right now.
Mate, it's unreal.
My sister messaged me saying, have you got this book? It was a book about meat.
Right.
She sent it to me. She's like, have you got this book? Asking for a friend. And I said, no, I don't. But if you're thinking of getting it, I wouldn't get it. Because I don't sit down and read books these days. I mean, if I'm not playing guitar, I'm definitely not sitting down and reading books.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not much of a reader either.
Yeah. I write because a lot of the times it's easier to write than to talk. That's the beautiful thing about songwriting. You can write down exactly how you feel about a certain time and transform it into art. Writing has always been a way for me to express my emotions and opinions and interpret the crazy world that surrounds us all. Worship yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Tag that up.
Yeah.
Sort of what you said before. So if you're feeling down in the dumps, is that something you try and do? Is just like get back to what you love? I think I remember you saying you focus on the things that you actually love, which is like actually writing the song.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And I think if anyone's following me on Instagram, I sort of started a little series on my Instagram of writing every day until I released the song. And that was the purpose. It was just I'd gone away from writing in my life, and I hadn't written a song for a little bit, and I was like, why haven't I done this? So I started doing it every day and writing a song every day and staying accountable by posting each song that I made in that day. And yeah, the joy that I got out of that series was insane, and just getting back to that. Yeah, just putting my thoughts and my feelings down on the page every day and seeing what can come from it was really cool. And yeah, a lot of people sort of resonated with a lot of the stuff that I had written, you know, whether it was the song on day 7 or day 25, there was a lot of love and messages about that, which again was like, this is why I do it. I've got to keep doing this, like the writing, the playing shows. This is why I do it. And so every time I have been in a bit of a slump with it, I'm not doing those things. So it can be a pretty easy fix. It's like, just get back to the things that you love doing, the writing, and go play some shows. So that's why from now on, it's, you know, putting out this music, it's like, let's go and tour. Let's go and play the shows. Let's go and find these people and connect with them and sing with them. Because it's the best part about all of it.
I think, you spoke about the impact and doing all that sort of stuff sort of just makes it easier, you know?
Yeah, well, it's funny, you know, people can sometimes assume that I'm doing these tours for other people. And yeah, I guess I am, but a lot of the times I do it as well for me. Like, I enjoy these as much as the fan that has been waiting to come and watch me. You know, it's just the best bit about it is coming and connecting and seeing people sing your songs back to you. You're just like, what is going on? Like, you can actually see it in real life, the joy that your music has given people.
Lean into that, man. That is where, like I said before, like you can't replicate that. I don't care where the world goes in the next few years. Like, that is just something that you can't. And that's why Buddy was like, when we went to your show, she was like, I should have filmed you, because you were just like, how good is this?
Yeah.
Like, looking at him like this is like, because I really like that style of music as well. And then I just think the fact I've got to know you makes it that much easier to listen to you as well. But I really do like the songs as well, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Like, I go and play these shows and I can just look out at anyone in the audience and just to watch how like excited or just the look on their face, you're just like, this is insane. Like, this is so crazy and cool to see that something where I was probably not in a great place, because a lot of my music is quite sad. You know, I've gone through a bit of pain to write these songs, and sitting in a room sometimes on my own, sometimes with other writers, but now I'm playing it for people and they're finding joy in it and comfort in it, and it's just such a special thing. So that's why I keep doing this. It's like, I want to do this forever.
Despite all of that, is there been a point where you're like, I'm scared as though the passion or the flame will die down?
I don't think so. I think the only thing I get scared about is that it becomes too hard to keep going.
What do you think that would be?
Yeah, financial side of things. Just, yeah, maybe the pressure gets too much and the stress of it all builds up too much, and
Yeah.
you know, it forces me out of it. But I don't think I'll ever lose the passion and the love for it. That won't be why I'd ever stop.
The viewer didn't see you sitting here before speaking to your manager, I think. Like, you're worried about accommodation and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. If you
Yeah,
want that
yeah.
even.
I mean, there's just a lot that goes on to do this, to being an artist, to going on a tour. I post about, you know, going on tour, and there's comments from people all over Australia and across the world, Philippines and London, saying, come here, come play here. And I just go, trust me, I want to. I want to come everywhere. But just at this point of my career, there's just so much you have to think about, and the costs associated with the tour. You know, it's gonna cost a lot of money, and this is 10 shows in Australia. You know, upwards of 15 grand to put on the tour, and that comes out of my pocket, and I've got to try and find a way to make that back. Hopefully people come, but if they don't, it's like that money is coming straight out of my pocket, and I wear that, and that's scary. You know, that's a scary part of this, when you're not a massive artist and you're upcoming. You got to take these risks and hope that they do pay off. But yeah, it's just funny. I don't think a lot of people realize sort of how much goes into it and what happens behind the scenes, and you know, that's fine. And when people are messaging me from the Philippines or from the UK or Korea saying, come play a show here, I get it. Like, you know, I want to come there so bad, but until I have enough fan base and financially it makes sense, it's just going to be a battle to get there. Keep working my ass off.
Do you worry about that potentially happening? Like, with everything that's going on? Like, I don't want to go, like, I don't want to get your head thinking too much about all the negatives, but unfortunately, there's a lot of people that you know, when I quit real estate, like, if you go back, if it doesn't work out the way you want, you can always go back. And I'm like, so don't say that. But it obviously you can't help but think about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, well, maybe it won't work out.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're like, oh shit, like,
No,
because we're both overthinkers, yeah.
yeah.
Because you think you can't, no matter, despite how good you are at forgetting about everything, you're like, there's nothing, especially when it's you as well. It's not like I'm responsible for your success. You're like, oh, it's you. You're like, you know.
Yeah, I get told the same thing all the time with, you know, my teaching and all that. It's like, oh, you can always go back to being a teacher if it doesn't work out. It's like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't want to do that. But yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said earlier, it's investment. It's risks. These are the risks that you've got to take to, like, get to the place you want to be. I've read some things where it says, you know, if you're not terrified about your dreams, then yeah, they're not big enough.
I heard something similar. It's like, if you know the path to achieve your dreams, then you're not thinking big enough either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's so true. It's like me putting on this tour is the biggest tour I've ever done, and I was absolutely shitting myself putting this on sale, because at the end of the day, like, I have no idea if people are gonna show up.
So do you keep a track of ticket sales or?
I haven't heard back yet from my agent and management. Probably because I'm terrified, but also because it's not going to change, you know, what I do and how I prepare for it.
Do they try and sell it?
There's a little bit of marketing that goes on, but again, it's very hard because some of these places I've never been before. And it's like, how do you get the word out to these people if they're not following me on Instagram or my socials and they don't see my posts? How do I reach them? So it's just about trying to find ways to do that. But yeah, I mean, I was absolutely terrified. But it's like, this is going to be the most rewarding thing that I do is going to these places and playing these shows. So I've got to do it.
Where do you think the fear stems from?
It's a good question. I think, I mean, I've had shows in the past that I've had to pull the pin on because, you know, there wasn't enough tickets to make it feasible to go do. So I guess thinking about those, going, oh, is that going to happen again? But also just knowing the reality of where the Australian music is at the moment. And it's tough. It's so tough. Like, I'm not the only person in the boat and not the only artist that, you know, has to work their ass off to try and sell tickets to their show. There's only the lucky few in Australia that are putting out shows and selling them out pretty quickly. I think it's a mix of people, you know, financially not being able to spend the money on tickets to go to, like, going out. Not as many people are doing that. And again, just the point of, how do I reach these people? A lot of the people who saw me on The Voice, but maybe didn't follow me afterwards. And they don't even know that I'm coming to their town. So yeah, it's a number of things that worries me, but there's not much I can do about it.
If you look back on your journey, is there anything you would have changed from, like, the past few years?
I don't reckon there is. Yeah. I mean, there's periods of time where I probably pulled the foot off the gas. But, you know, it's hard to look back at that and say that wasn't needed.
When you say put the foot off gas, what do you mean?
Just, you know, for whatever reason, I had moments where I wasn't working as hard as I probably could have. But I think, you know, burnout is a real thing, and I think there was moments where I was pretty close to that. Do
you find yourself in positions, because I get people that say that, and I'm like, I don't really want to slow down though. Were you ever in those situations, and then it built up?
Yeah, I think if you're doing things that you love, it's like, I don't need to slow down, but there is some things that to do with this job that I don't necessarily love doing. So putting a lot of time into those can mentally screw me a little bit. But yeah, I mean, there's only been a few moments where I've gone, yeah, I could be working harder than this. But, and you know, I even look back at a trip where I went away to Europe with friends, and I could easily look back on that and go, oh, you know, that was 8 weeks off I took. And it's like, oh, I should have probably just put my head down and worked, but I'm also trying to enjoy my life as well. So it's finding the balance, but I don't reckon there's anything I'd change. Again, there's things that I've probably done wrong and mistakes I've made, but I've learnt a lot from them.
I read you had a quote that you posted on your story, and it was, I was going up through our conversation and found it. And you said something along the lines of, I can see why not many people last in this industry and give up before they get the big break. And I think I saw a quote the other day, and it was like, never give up. Never give up. The only like if you give up, you guarantee that you won't be successful. But if you keep going, like, there've been so many people in life that have just, punched their way through it, got to the break, and they're like, holy crap, like that. And it sounds like sort of similar to what we've been speaking about today.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to get there.
Mm.
I think a lot of people don't realize how close they might be to success.
Mm.
You
So
know?
true.
Sometimes it can feel so far away.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's like, yeah.
You spoke about
very
that one
close.
song, that one, you just
Yeah.
never know when the break's happening. I think I've been
Never
doing
know.
like really deep LinkedIn posts online because I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
great way to sort of get your voice out there. And I actually really enjoy writing.
Yeah.
And I did a post the other day because I was sitting there looking at this video that got 20,000 views in a week. And there was a part of me that was like, okay, I'm going to do a post about that. What am I going to write about? And then I saw a quote like, the magic's in the work you're avoiding. And I'm like, for so long, I had been saying that long form is just something I won't be able to do until I have money because I want it produced in a particular way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, well, I can't justify having a videographer at the moment for all my shoots,
Yeah.
let alone one. Like, I'd rather just do it all myself for now, just because I'm not really making too much money. And I was like looking at this content and I'm like, this is bugger. This is shit. Like, this sucks. But it got 20,000 views
Yeah.
in a week. And I was like, imagine if I just was like, I'll put it in the too hard basket,
Mm.
and then you have that small win and then you're like, yes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then it builds like an underlying level of
Mm-hmm.
self-belief that you didn't know you had. And it's a powerful place to
Yeah. Yeah. It's all it takes is those little wins. And you got to find them. That sometimes they can be hard to find because you're looking for these massive things, but sometimes they are just the small little things that happen that you can go, yep, there it is. That's why I want to keep going. And yeah, for me, it can be just a simple message from someone. Like, and I tell people this, and they probably don't believe me. It's like, I'll respond and be like, you have no idea how much it actually means to hear that. And they might just think I'm being kind and writing a nice response back, but I genuinely mean it. Like, sometimes I see messages at times where I'm like, holy crap, I needed to hear that. Even if it is just from someone I've never met before, a stranger that's seen my music and gone, you have no idea how much that song means to me or whatever. And I stumble across it and go, like, I really needed to hear that. So I've been able to find those things in just, small little messages, because I think sometimes you can overlook it, and it's that whole weird thing that people talk about when, hate comments. It's like they stand out more than the nice comments. You can look at 100 nice comments, but the one negative one stands out and you can get stuck on it. It's like, I just don't do that anymore. I can see the positive ones and go, wow, that's cool.
Have you always been obsessive?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I've always been someone that when I found the thing that I love or I want to do, I'll just like go for it. I'm very determined in that sense.
What were you like as a little tucker? I don't think we've talked about that before.
Yeah, I mean, I was very experimental in terms of like just trying a whole lot of different things. Like, you could talk to my dad. He was taking me to a new sport every couple of weeks. I was a very sporty kid, but yeah, I was just a very determined kid and wanted to be good at a lot of things. And I'd go from playing footy was always kind of my main sport, but I played tennis. Then I tried baseball, and then I started doing gymnastics, and then I was doing trampolining and was almost going to start, trying to do like state trampolining. And then, I start playing basketball. Like it's just all of these things. And then even within that is these different skills that I would try and learn, like something as simple as fishing. My dad would always say, like, you would just keep casting the rod until you got good at fishing. And then I bought a unicycle for whatever reason. It's like I just stayed out in the street for hours and hours and hours and hours until I learned how to ride a unicycle. It's like all these things that I was like, that I want to do that. I just put my mind to it until I could do it.
I think that's good. That's a good. I was very, very similar to that. But at the same time, when you eventually find something, people just think it's another phase. I think you're well beyond that now. But at the same time, like when I was even doing this, like it's not like it's different this time. I promise.
Yeah. Yeah, I think music for me, I was always around it, so it was always there. I think I just probably didn't realize it could be a career, I guess, because I didn't necessarily have any role models around me that had shown me that path. My grandfather was in a Celtic band, but it was more so a hobby for him. He was a renderer by trade. And so the music was just a weekend thing, hobby thing. And so I saw that. So I knew it was something that I could do my whole life, and it's going to be something that's a part of my life. I just never knew that it could be something I pursue as a career. So I think once I saw that was a possibility, I was like, well, why don't I just do that? It's the thing I love to do the most. Why would I not just try and make it a career? And yeah, once I found it and sort of committed myself to it, it was like, yep, this is it. Yeah.
When Guy said it was the hardest thing, or it's going to be really hard, what did you underestimate about the journey?
I mean, I guess the time that it will take to get to where you want to get to, the amount of hours you have to put in, the amount of songs you'll have to write. I guess you're so caught up in the bias of your own music and songs that you think everything you write is incredible. So when a song doesn't do that well, you're like, why the hell didn't it do well? I thought that was the best song I've ever made. And then you realize, nah, you've got to keep writing, keep getting better. So yeah, I think that's been a big part of it. I think there's a lot of hurdles that you have to jump over. Being signed to a major label's not an easy thing. There's a lot of tough parts of being signed to a major record label, and it has its own challenges. So I think just trying to push through that as well has been challenging. It's one of those catch-22s. You don't want to say, like, if I was an independent artist, I'd be struggling to be able to afford making these songs or making a music video. So having the freedom on a major record label that, that cost can be covered and you can make these songs and afford them is amazing. But then you're working for a major record label. So there's two sides of it, but that's one thing I didn't expect would have challenges. But yeah, I think Guy was just basically telling me that there's so many artists doing the same thing, and you can't expect to get more success than them by doing the same thing as them. You got to do more. You got to work harder. And you got to find the points where you're different to other people. Why do people want to follow you and listen to your music as opposed to the person next to you?
Why do you think that is?
For me, I want to be someone that, I guess, is very authentic. I think there's a lot of crap out there. I want to be that person where people listen to my music and go, I can feel that. I can feel him singing that to me. I'm very, very much like connected to the songs that I write because they're all true stories. So I think I want to be that artist that is, the most emotional and the most connected to his stuff, where people can listen and go, holy crap, he's the real deal in what he's talking about, and I can relate to that.
I never thought as a kid playing ukulele I would achieve the things I have so far, but it definitely hasn't come easy. So many rough moments in my personal life and in my professional music life that has led me here. The voice journey only showed me a small glimpse of that. Amidst the hundreds of gigs I played to tiny crowds, the thousands of hours I've spent learning my craft as a musician, not to mention the rejection of not getting through when I auditioned for The Voice as an 18-year-old. It's been hard, but I would not change any of it. I love working hard and I love growing every single day to get to where I want to be. I'm so happy to be able to get to this every day and for the people following along. I love and appreciate every single one of you, and I'm ridiculously excited to show you the next chapter of what I've been working on. That was this time 3 years ago. Actually, no, it wasn't 2 years ago. August the 3rd, 2023. Not 2026 yet. And I'm ridiculously excited to show you the next chapter of what I've been working on. So it's like, that sounds like it was a while ago. I'm assuming you were releasing a song or something around that time or close to it. Can you remember writing that?
Yeah. And I can remember like the thoughts that I was feeling, and I had made a video at a similar time where I had to go back through all like my gigs that I had done previously, and I was putting together a little show reel of all the gigs I'd done, and just that reflection on seeing all these gigs that I'd done and thinking about those moments and just going, wow, I have done a lot of stuff that people would have no idea that I went through that to get to, where I am and being on TV and the followers and blah, blah, blah. It's like I've played so many shows where it was just my family and a few friends that have come and no one else had shown up, and I still played the gig. My first gig was when I was 18 years old, and now I'm 27, so it's almost 10 years of gigging in pubs and wherever the hell I was playing. I played everywhere, birthdays, weddings, and just found myself in the most random places just to be able to play some music. So I think thinking about all that, just going, I've put in the work and put in the effort, and I do get these moments now where I can play shows where there are people singing my songs. But I guess, people don't know that there's been this 10 years before that of playing shows where, there wasn't many people and I was just working on it.
What would you tell that 18-year-old Lachie?
Oh, that's a great question. I'd probably tell him that I'm proud of him for giving the music a go.
Why?
Because there was probably a lot of reasons for him not to do it. There was, a lot of other things that he had going for him. He was playing VFL footy and trying to get drafted, and, was about to go to uni to study teaching, and music was the most unpredictable and scariest path that he could have taken, which, didn't really cement him to have money, to have a clear path of where he wanted to go, to have structure, but he still just bit the bullet and did it anyway because he was passionate about it. So that's what I tell him.
The proud of yourself piece. That's so good, man.
Yeah.
I think I said that in my video when I resigned. I don't know if you can remember that one. Right.
And you're at the front of your building.
Yeah, and I'm like, and Darcy, to the future version of yourself, I'm proud of you for getting to that moment and just, I think there's something about like trusting your gut even when it's not like a conventional path, and you spoke about like you have to be a bit crazy to want this life.
Yeah.
I very much see that
Mm-hmm.
is similar to me. I mean, like,
Yeah, we're a little bit crazy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you go through and then you compare yourself to the 26-year-old that is settling down and with kids and they've got a dog and 2 cats and you're like, would I want that? Like, no, I don't. And then this sort of makes you feel a bit better about
Yeah.
where you are.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I hope, you know, for their sake that is what they want.
Mm.
You know, because I want people to be happy, and you never want people to get to a certain point in their life and go, oh God, I wish I did something different. And, you know, that's why everyone's got their own different paths and way of doing life. And
I know there's a lot of people out there like that though, for a fact.
mm-hmm.
I get it. Even just like when I quit talking to people and I was just like got the biggest flashback there just to my office. I'm like, because it's Tuesday now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Tuesday. Like they're sitting away punching at the desk and I'm like, fuck, that could have been.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at people in those situations and I agree, like I want that as well. But like some people, they just can't do what we're doing.
Yeah.
They can't take a risk.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, some people are scared to take the risk, and then some people are, I guess, too far into their life where they've got things that they need to pay for, or they've made a life where they're not able to financially take the risk because there's too much involved, which that I get sad for. You know, but the people that are, I guess, not brave enough to do it, it's like, I feel for them. Yeah.
How are you going at the moment?
Good. Yeah, I'm
Not right now, like not this exact second. I just been the past week too.
I have been in a really good place. And I think, after talking about, you know, the things that I was saying earlier about when I'm not in a good place, when I'm not releasing music or playing shows, I think this period of time is the complete opposite of that. It's like I've got a plan of releasing these songs. My first one's out. The response has been amazing on it. There's another 5 songs to come out in the next 6 months. And we've got a tour around Australia planned. So it's, for me, this is the most exciting and the most fun time of being an artist. So I'm in a really good place. And just, super excited for the shows and for the music to come out. And again, there's always a bit of pressure, and I always put a bit of pressure on myself to do well, but I'm really proud of what I've been able to do, and these songs that I've been able to create, I'm really proud of them.
That was the question I had. You talk about being proud of your 18-year-old self. Are you proud to be able to sit here today and sit here with a smile on your face and eat some steak? And
steak was good.
Yeah.
We wiped that clean.
Yeah.
No, I really am. I'm proud of the music and the fact that it is me and it's very authentic stuff. I'm not trying to create things just to, you know, get the most amount of streams or do things that I know are gonna be good for radio or go viral on TikTok. I'm making music that's authentic to me and about things I've gone through in my life. So I'm just proud that I've been able to be me throughout all this. I think you can lose track of that sometimes.
So true. It's so true. And what you said before, I spoke with my biggest inspiration in the whole sector of what I do is he followed me on Instagram and we were having a quick chat, and he's got millions of subscribers, so it wasn't a really long, deep, insightful chat, because I always wondered what it'd be like to have millions of followers. I mean, I doubt your DMs are, you probably just forget about them. You get that many DMs. But he said just follow your creativity. That's what helped me.
Yeah.
And I think you get to a point, and I'm assuming you're at that point where where people can see it, people can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I said. I truly believe that what you're doing is AI proof, which is the best thing you can be at the moment.
AI proof.
It's AI proof,
Yeah.
honestly. And that's
Yeah.
the best. Yeah, that's the best place to be, in my opinion, right now. AI proof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the connection. And that's, again, why I love playing shows. Going out and seeing these people that, might have messaged me on Instagram or commented on my stuff and putting faces to the names that I've seen pop up. And getting to share these moments with them. And I think the last show that I did, I spent probably 2 hours after the show just chatting to people. And part of me felt bad because they were kind of lining up and I could see them just waiting for me. But once I started having conversations with people, I was like, I want to do this with every person that's in this line. And yeah, it's just special. And then, a few people messaged me after just being like, you don't understand what that meant for you to just give everyone the time that was waiting there. So I think as long as I can do that I'll keep doing it and just, give back to the people that are listening to my stuff. Because at the end of the day, I couldn't do this without people listening.
I heard a question the other day, and it was someone who had written a lot of books, and they asked the question of what would happen if all your books were erased tomorrow. What would you do differently? Someone asked that question to you, but pretend like you had no songs tomorrow. What would you do differently? Or what advice would you give yourself if all your songs were erased?
I honestly don't think there would be things I would do too different. I would spend the next probably 6 months writing songs every day, finding the best ones, writing about everything that's going on in my life, and then start from scratch and build it out again. I think, I've done it the way that I've wanted to do it because I always knew I didn't want to try and be someone else or be a showy artist that is just trying to get attention. Because at the end of the day, I mean, we are all trying to get attention. That's the whole point. But I didn't want to have to change myself to get that attention. I wanted to get the attention because people liked who I was and the music that I made. And so, from the start, the music's always been just me and about me. And I'd just keep doing that. Yeah, but I hope my songs don't get erased.
No, I
I
don't
like
think they
them.
will, man. Appreciate you coming out here today, mate. I forgot to ask you, your latest song.
Mm-hmm.
What's the story behind that? Talking about that, sorry. We can't skip that.
So,
Good song, by the way.
thank you.
I'll tell you what, I don't want the viewers to get jealous, but I had a few weeks to listen to it beforehand, and
You did.
I remember we were on the phone call.
You had
and
the Dropbox file.
I knew the lyrics. I knew the lyrics.
I remember you messaged me after I posted my my video of my family and friends singing the song, and you're like, I would have nailed
I would
it.
have cleaned up.
Yeah, I would have nailed
But
it.
I remember we were chatting, and when I like a song, I'm like, I just listen to it consistently. I think I like listening to you because I know you. I think it just makes it like when you like a song and then you like what they stand for and you know what went into it. And obviously, like every single song that you see there's almost like that. But I think when you have that personal connection, it just makes it so much easier to listen to. And I've got that. Give me a little play. It's at the top of my playlist now because I'm just like constantly playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I always know when they're good songs because I can listen to them for a long time. And if I can listen to them for a long time, the amount of times I have to hear them when I'm recording them and getting them mixed and mastered, I know they're going to be good songs that people can, listen to for a while. But yeah, that song, Give Me a Little, it's funny. I've written a lot of songs about my ex-partner, and we've been separated for 3 years now. But, there was a period of time where it was all I was really writing about because it was the only thing on my mind, and it's taken quite a long time for these songs to come out and to get them produced, and so that one was just about that final ending stages of a relationship, and just having that thought of like, I just don't want it to be done. I just want that little bit more. And you want to go over to their house and spend one last night with them. But yeah, it's funny because I released it, and I reckon it was maybe a week later. My ex-partner just got engaged with her new partner, and it was just a funny thing. Where
You send it to her?
I haven't sent it to her. No, I'm sure she's heard it. I'd assume she's heard it, but yeah, it's just funny, like just different worlds. Like we were talking about before, it's like here I am releasing songs about her, and posting content about an ex, and she's well and truly moved on and has got a new partner.
Know, mate.
And got
you never
engaged.
know. You never know.
Here I am. So it's funny. But yeah, it's the way that the music sort of world works. It's like you can write a song and it can come out 2-3 years later. But yeah, in that point of my life, it was a very big thing that had happened. It's the first serious relationship I'd gone through, and that really kind of wrecked me the way it ended and turned out. And I won't go into too much details about it, but it threw me around a bit, and I think changed me a lot about how I view relationships and wanting, to go back into one.
I was going to say, do you reckon that's why you?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's definitely why
really?
I haven't.
I think I've got some issues.
Tried again
with that.
Yeah,
that are like make it hard for me to want to settle down.
Yeah, I think you get to a point where you it's hard to trust people again and open yourself back up in that way when you get hurt so badly. So I think that's been a big reason where I've just sort of put my head down and done my own thing. And
I'm starting to realise that like behind every great man is a great woman though. So it sort of makes me wonder what I'm missing out on. But
yeah. And again, I'm not necessarily putting it off.
Yeah. Just not searching for it.
Yeah, saying, no, I don't want that to happen. But just at this point in time, it's just like, I'll just focus on myself. And if that comes, if I meet someone, then happy days. If I don't, I'll just keep doing my thing.
Is there anything we haven't spoken about today that you'd want to touch on?
That was a good steak. But outside of that, I think we've covered it. Covered it, yeah. New music coming out, which I'm stoked about. The tour, which I'm just beyond excited to go and do. And for me, I just being productive, putting out songs, and working hard is something that I just love to do.
Don't stop, mate. I mean what I say when I said the other day you're born for it. Like you can tell, with all the music out there at the moment, it just, I don't know, it just really resonates with me a lot. And I have no doubt there's probably heaps of people out there that feel the same way, and they don't know you don't know who they are, and they're just listening and they're like, yeah, I love this. And I think there will be a turning point. I know there will be a turning point, and you'll look back on this moment and you'll be like, far out, I'm never doing a podcast in someone's house again because I'm too big for this. But no, I'm joking. But yeah, I just appreciate it. And the friendship we've built as well.
Yeah, I was going to touch on that and just say like, thank you for being you and this friendship. And I think, you message me every now and then and you'll say how I've inspired you or whatever. And I'm sure I've told you before and I'll tell you again, like I do the same for you. I'm inspired by the way that you take on your work and your dedication to it. And it's pretty special that we're doing completely different things, but I feel like we're just like connected on that journey of giving something a real crack and just putting everything into it. So it's cool to have someone that I can lean on and chat to about that stuff.
I appreciate that, man.
Appreciate
it definitely does inspire me. Like late last night, because I was doing a voiceover last night, and then I spent maybe between 11 a.m. till 12 just sort of going through and picking out some stuff we spoke about today. And I was listening to your songs doing it, and I'm like, keep going. Even though like sometimes I don't really want to be doing that stuff, but then it's like it's the small things that add up over time. And here we are.
We'll keep going.
Hopefully we're doing another year. Mate. Hopefully we'll do one in another year, and we'll see how we go.
Yeah, we'll have more to talk about.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time again.
Appreciate you, brother.
So good. Really good. It was a long one. It was a longie. I love it.
What's my guess? What would the time be? Would that be when you first turn it on? An hour?
Yeah.
Hour
45.
Hour 45?
Yeah. From when I first turned it on, yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. That was a good one. That's when you know.